Bakole's a little bit like Joe Joyce.
But he's got faster hands and power.
Anderson, he's still young enough and fresh enough. He can come back from that.
All right, Miller is a big lump, but he came in quite a lot lighter.
He doesn't look like he's been training that much either.
I mean, his skill level was quite high. I mean, his angles and his punching and he loaded up punches was quite good. I was impressed.
How Venezuela was. He looked so confident and calm. And
power punches are the ones that are higher. Welcome back to BoxCast. Today we're going to be reviewing the fights on the Crawford and Madrimov undercard, which was quite, Riyadh season in LA. So we've done that video. Hope you watch and like and subscribe that one. And this is going to be, well, I think you said most of these were better than the main event in terms of fights. And there's a few upsets in this, isn't it? So should we start with one of the upsets? Martin Bakole versus Jared Anderson.
Was it an upset though?
I don't know. What did we say? What was our predictions? Because I think we may have had him on as our...
God, lost it.
Because Bakole is pretty damn good. He would be an awkward challenge for anybody, I think, in that division. Go on while you find
I think, by the looks of it, you've said KO round 4.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who for.
Okay.
And I've said a KO round 7, but I don't know who for.
So we're not that far off. We were quite good on.
There was a lot of talk about...
Well, Anderson is quite hyped, I think. But like we said, has he actually fought anybody?
Yeah, he was the next big American star.
Yeah, they were still like building him up. This is a proper challenge.
And a few people in the know were saying they've got the matchmaking wrong, bringing Bakole over. Because Bakole's a little bit like Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
It's so much power in his hands.
But he's got faster hands and power because he doesn't look like he's loading up the shot that much.
No, it's a bit
he
like
doesn't
Zhang.
wildly swing. It's a bit like Zhang.
And
actually, Zhang would be the one I would compare to.
As the fight was getting a bit closer.
And in Joyce's terms, it's the way he comes forward. He just comes forward. He gets hit and just keeps going forward.
Yeah, as the fight was getting closer and I was, listening to people in the know and watching a few more videos on Anderson, I was going, you know what? I think Bakole is going to... I don't think he's... Obviously, for me, Anderson's a little bit unknown.
Yeah.
We know Bakole because he's fought a lot of fights in Britain.
I've seen highlights. I haven't watched full fights of him, and he is quite skillful. I mean, he was skillful. You can see there, and to be fair, you got to give him good heart because he got knocked down at the end of the first, didn't he? Or in the...
Yeah, he got 3 times. He got knocked down, didn't he?
Well, the first was the first in the first round, where he looked like, okay, this is going to be over in the second round. But then he got back quite well into it. Bakole did go after him, but he sort of recovered and then got back in. And then he actually had a few good rounds through like the third round. And then Bakole just piled on more pressure. And then I think the fourth, did he go down once again? And then fifth, he was just, he's just waiting to happen, isn't it? He's a bad man, Bakole.
He's been... all the British fighters have avoided him. And
Well, I think he's quite avoided by everybody.
We know why now.
We can see why.
To be fair, I already knew why, but now everyone else knows why. Anderson, he's still young enough and fresh enough. He can come back from that.
He was good because like his punch percentage was above, like it's like 36, 37%, 44, 44. He's accurate. He's got good boxing. I would even say he's got a good chin. It's just Bakole it's that hard because it took a bit to get him out.
I mean,
I thought he was out after the first one. I thought it was going to be
about
quick.
Anderson, wasn't he? Is he a hype job? That's what we've got to ask ourselves now.
I'm not sure that question's answered by that. I think but it's like you said. I think he's young enough. If he learns a lesson from it, he can go on.
Look, like Daniel Dubois is a
case in point,
isn't he? So don't get too disheartened by it. Yeah, you got beat, but you just got beat by someone better on the night.
Yeah.
So go back, train harder, come back, and go again.
Well, he got caught by punches when he was probably in the ascendancy.
It looked to me, though, did you not think it looked like a man versus a boy in there?
That was the question I would have, yeah.
It did.
And Anderson isn't small, but it did look like...
It looked like a man versus a boy in
because
there.
he hit him more. He had more punches in most of the rounds. He's hit him with more, but like once he got caught, it was just like... And I think he hit Bakole quite hard, but Bakole just kept coming forward, which must be demoralizing. Well, like you said, that's the Joe Joyce effect where he just usually, apart from against Zhang, he keeps coming forward. And we've seen his recent fight against Del Boy that he's just kept... Del Boy hit him a lot, and very hard. Anderson hit him not as many times as Del Boy hit Joyce, but like...
I mean,
and Bakole is actually reasonable defense as well. It's just that he boxed well, but yeah. It was like a man against the boy.
And it's like, and I think, I hate that saying, but it was his time to shine, Bakole, and he took it with both hands.
Yeah. He's taken the opportunity presented to him.
And some.
Yeah. He's still going to be avoided though. But I think he's got a name now enough to give him
I don't think, I think he's going to be avoided, but...
There's enough, he's in the conversation, and there's enough for those heavyweights that are knocking on the door. The Zhangs, the Parkers, etc., Dubois now and co.
Hasn't he called out Zhang, I think?
Has he? I didn't see.
I mean, that's a scrap,
him and
Zhang
would be...
Wow.
I think Bakole's got a better engine, though. But we don't know, because he only got to 5 rounds. So.
But the thing is Bakole's... He's on a Saudi card. He's impressed really, really, really well.
Yeah, look.
Turkey Al-Sheikh's going to be like... That's another one to add to the heavyweight list. So that heavyweight list now from them Saudis
is epic.
Fury, Usyk, Joshua, Dubois, Joseph Parker, Caballel.
Oh, we've got our man Caballel.
Andy Ruiz, Jarrell Miller, Zhile Zhang.
It's
well, you could
packed.
It is
shall we
packed,
say? There's enough to make an event just with them.
So, I'd like...
And there's a lot of evenly matched in different ways fighters there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even Anderson, I think, can get back to it. Because I think he's got the skill there. But yeah, there's probably a bit to work on.
Yeah.
Maybe he was overeager, maybe underestimated. Whatever they've done has been...
I wouldn't have thrown...
Yeah,
like you say, I wouldn't have thrown him in with Bakole, to be fair. I really, really wouldn't.
Well, I think we might have said that. This is a dangerous fight.
And I don't think the Americans realised how dangerous it was.
Yeah.
But Bakole is going to be a name in America now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him fight Zhang next. That'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight.
He's got a lot of options, hasn't he?
Well, there's a load. Like we said, it's a packed card, and he's on the Saudi card. He'll be in the list of people now to draw
he could be fighting...
And there's a lot of them.
Caballel, Parker.
I think that's a good test for everybody.
There's a lot
Isn't
there.
it? He's a good measure of how good they are.
Who was the guy that Caballel beat in his last fight?
Oh, the Cuban guy?
Yeah.
Sanchez. Frank Sanchez.
Yeah.
Is in there. Oh, yeah, bar his injury.
Bar his injury, but I'd like to see like Anderson versus Sanchez. I think it'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Maybe not right
for Anderson,
away.
There's a few. Yeah, I think he needs to have something and then go up against that caliber opponent and he can get back. Because I think against a more evenly sized opponent, he has got a lot of skill there.
Yeah.
You could see it. Even when he got rocked.
What Anderson might be best doing, come away from the States.
Yeah.
Go and travel around Europe and have some fights against...
There'll be some European level or British level.
Yeah. And have some fights with them. Because... I think he'll get a bit of confidence, learn the craft a little bit more, learn a few tricks.
It's experience. He needs to gain a bit of experience, I think.
And so I think...
And maybe his team don't underestimate some of these fighters.
But for
Well, maybe they
Bakole.
didn't. Maybe they did think it was a good test to measure up. Then.
Well, do
But
you
I
know
think
what? You've got to throw some. You've got
to fight these people.
You've got to throw them in the deep end sometime, haven't you? But like I say, don't write him off now. You know.
No, I think he's got. There was enough
He's
in,
got to come
in his
back.
performance that you could see somebody's there. He was just against somebody who's physically and just was on a mission. I think somebody who was there to take his chance. He realised I've got a big opportunity.
But sometimes them American heavyweights, they get all hyped up, one loss, and they disappear very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I've noticed a few times over the years.
It has happened before. Yeah.
Yeah, to get this really good record was the fighting. Let's be honest, not
They're not the
best
level
opposite.
of caliber of Bakole,
Yeah.
and so.
and then when they
some-
step up, they soon disappear.
Let's hope it doesn't, because I think
Yeah.
there's potential there to be really good. And I mean, like I said, his accuracy and his punching and stuff, and his quick hands, his good movement as well. Yeah, there's stuff to be worked on, but you can work on that, and like I said, get experience. And I think, hope to see him again as well. I wouldn't mind watching either of them. I enjoyed it. It was quite a good contest.
I mean, that uppercut that Bakole hit him with though was wow.
Some of the shots,
Just wow.
some of the punches from Bakole, you don't expect he's a guy of that size. And the speed of his hands, like, and you're like, oh, okay. Because obviously with Anderson, with shape, you expect him. He was fast hands as well. He's got good and good angles as well. But Bakole brought some in it where he was, because Anderson was moving well. Bakole caught him, and like the uppercut was fantastic. But some of the other punches he got him with as well, and how he finished him was, it was a good fight. I enjoyed that.
I think Bakole's got a big fight next. I mean, that was a big fight for him, but I think it goes that one stage further now.
Well, he's a name.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And a draw now, because if people are seeing that, that's the type of fight you normally like to see, where it's KO and knockdowns and whatever. So
yeah, I do. Do you know what? Zhang Bakole, I like that fight.
That's
I do like that
I would like
fight.
to see that.
Parker Caballel shouldn't go near him now, to be fair.
Unless you've got the size there, I think it's
I
you
think
should
they
probably
need to
avoid
stay away from him for
unless
a
you
little
have
bit.
to for a title. I think it'd be avoided.
But he's an avoided fighter anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's why he's taking his chance. So
now he might not be, because he was, I suppose he falls into that category, high risk, little reward, whereas
now he's
you're
a bit more reward.
Yeah, you're going to get a bit more reward because he has fought on a big card, put on a statement. So he should get some good fights now, hopefully. Would he fight? He might fight in the UK next again. You know what? He could maybe against like Derek Chisora or someone.
Yeah, Chisora's still there.
Although I don't want to see that. But I think he's going to want to push on pretty, because he's not the youngest, is he, Bakole? So he's going to want to push on pretty quick. So yeah, but I love the fight.
Yeah,
It was a good fight.
it was a good fight from both sides. I mean, it wasn't let down from. I think Anderson was good as well to see the skill, but yeah, Bakole was just.
I'd be interested
better than
because
we expected, I think.
I reckon they had someone lined up for Anderson after that fight.
Yeah, who it was. and what
Yeah,
it
I'd be interested to know who it was and will they offer it to Bakole? Because I think that's thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Might
It
be
was an
wrong.
upset from the point of view who they,
Yeah.
probably the one that wanted to go up.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think
Yeah, it's interesting to see who they both fight.
yeah.
And and Anderson, if he disappears or if he carries on. I hope he carries on. And yeah, Bakole Zhang would be a
Good fight.
nice
Very
fight.
good fight.
Good to see. Okay, next one. That was a bit of a shock. So Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
Draw. Did you see it as that?
Oh, no. As much as I hate to say it, I had Jarrell Miller winning it.
Well, I was trying to work out the rounds, and I haven't counted them, but I'm counting up the rounds on CompuBox, and you look at it, the first three are clearly Andy Ruiz, which was, if you watch the fight, but they start to get closer by the third round. And then on CompuBox, all the punch output is in, from round 4 to round 12, just let me double check it, is in Jarrell Miller's favour.
Yeah.
And it's not that close. After from the 5th round onwards, it's not that close.
See,
So that would be like 8-4.
I had Miller up by 3 rounds.
You wouldn't be wrong on that. I had it a bit closer, but I thought if Ruiz doesn't get around in the last like championship rounds, I thought this is probably Jarrell Miller's.
I don't know.
It was a far better performance. And he's in far better shape than his fight against Dubois.
Yeah, and it was just
because I thought he might gas at the rate he was going, but he didn't. He was good.
No, he's wet.
And Ruiz looked like he was a bit.
But this was my thing: is Ruiz come in at one of the heaviest he's ever come in,
and I think we've discussed it before. It doesn't sort of. All right, Miller is a big lump, but he came in quite a lot lighter than.
So yeah, like
and you could see it for the conditioning to keep going.
33 pound lighter than his last fight. So you could
see it.
You can tell he's been in the gym.
Yeah. And Ruiz started really well. You could see it, and then he's got good combos in these. But like then you could see he's visibly gassing towards the end.
Yeah, Ruiz.
The punch output did go.
Has broke his hand, I think.
Yeah. And maybe that might be why he stopped punching him so much.
But I'm going to say disappointed in Ruiz, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the way he started, it was good. And like I said, there was good combinations. You can see, he's got really quick hands for his size. I mean, he's got really quick hands full stop. And then he had his size in and you think, yeah. And he can box really well. And he was in the first bit. And Miller took a bit of time to get back into it. But then, once Miller got on top, it was he just carried on going. And Ruiz didn't, it's like his output died. Then he had a second wind about round 9, didn't he, round 10. But by that time, Miller was in full flow.
But the thing is, Andy Ruiz has talked about this before the fight, how after the Joshua fight, he went and partied too much, blah, 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 wasn't training. I don't know. I haven't been around him. He doesn't look like he's been training that much either.
Yeah. It's like you've got the opportunity and you think, and even like the second Joshua
fight, have you just gone there for a payday?
Yeah.
That's how, and I shouldn't say that, but that's what it felt like.
Well, the thing is, he's still in the mix for both, and whether they give him sympathy because the hand or whatever else is, but like realistically, yeah, I would say Miller probably won that fight.
If it is the hand, fair enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, trying to fight with a broken hand is hard.
Especially against somebody who's as big as lump as Miller is, and it's not that easily stopped.
I mean, I'm never, ever am I going to feel sorry for Jarrell Miller, but to me, he did win the fight.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a rematch, hasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Got to be.
I mean, the good part is if Ruiz really was because the hand, then he's a good boxer. He's nice. He does have good hands and speed and things. But to be honest, Miller surprised me a bit because I didn't think he was as quick as that. And he was more back to like his old self before he had his issues, shall we say. And Dubois was really disappointing.
Yeah, and again, I think he's proven a lot of people not wrong because he basically said the Dubois fight was short notice. Watch what happens when I'm in a full training camp. And you know what? He's kind of proved it because he's come back. He looked, I wouldn't say in great shape, but he was a hell of a lot better. He looked sharp, good engine. He didn't
He started slowly, but then once he got into it, then the engine was really good. Because I thought, he's going at a pace here. He's going to tire it out near the end. I thought Ruiz will get back on this. He's just having a breather for himself. But he didn't. He just got better as it went along and carried on going. And showed a fair amount of boxing skill as well. Because Ruiz is quite good.
The Saudis obviously like him.
Yeah.
Because that's the second show he's been on.
On that performance, I would say, I can see why.
Yeah.
It was sad. Like, see him again. And normally, like, obviously, we haven't given him the greatest of credit in the past.
Are they going to be on the undercard of Usyk Fury? Possibly the rematch.
Yeah.
Depending, like I say, I don't know the ins and outs of Andy Ruiz's injury.
Yeah, it depends on the injury situation.
But I'd watch that fight again. I think it'd be even better second time round.
Yeah.
Because I think Miller will not give away the first few.
Yeah, I think he'll start
half of the fight, let's say.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't a full half, but let's just say.
Well, I think on the judges' scorecards, that's what they've done, and then he's given away the half, and then he's got into it. And realistically, if you look at the output, it's not like that.
Yeah,
it's close, but it's not like that.
So I think, but then I think Andy Ruiz will try and.
I'd like to see Ruiz in good shape I think there's a really, really good boxer there, but I don't understand why he's never.
They
always say it. Look, when you see the training videos, he looks ripped, and then you get to the fight and he's like 2,300 pounds or whatever his weight is.
I don't know what it is with him. I don't know what it is with him.
There's got to be something a bit like, he's admitted now, like after the win, I just partied hard, which you could see in the second fight.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, you could see. But every time you see it, it seems to be like that. The number always seems to get, like, it doesn't seem to be coming down.
Is inactivity a problem for him?
Maybe.
Because I do, you hear these things like Fury offered him the fight and he wanted like 25 million. Has he got a taste of a bit of money from the Joshua fight and gone, that's what I want on every fight, and that's why he hasn't fought as much? Because he's only had a couple of fights since then, hasn't he? One was against Ortiz and one was against Charles Martin.
Yeah. And he was disappointing against Ortiz as well, I think.
And I think he was disappointing against Charles Martin.
I haven't seen that one, but yeah.
If I remember rightly.
But here, if in the first bit, you can see there's a fight, and even in flashes in the other rounds. But like I said, he looked like he's getting tired, and if he's broken his hand, obviously, that's an issue.
I wanted Ruiz to win.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, we've never been the biggest Miller fans.
I think we both picked Ruiz to win.
I think we did.
I think we picked late stoppage.
Yeah.
We thought...
Well, I think we based it on Miller being like in the Dubois fight, isn't it? So later stoppage once he gasses out, and it was nearly the other way.
Proved us wrong. Yeah. Ruiz, 10th round KO, and you picked the 9th round KO, I think.
Yeah.
So we were definitely wrong. But I thought Ruiz... Yeah,
he disappointed in the later rounds, and like the size as well. And Miller was better because obviously he's lost. He's good shape. His engine was really good.
But the thing is, I think Miller's going to come back in even better shape next time.
I would expect him to get better now. Now he's realised that makes...
Look, if...
It's Ruiz. I think if Ruiz gets into really good shape and obviously doesn't get it, it sorts out the injury, I think that's a really, really good contest between them two.
Yeah.
I'd want to watch it again.
Definitely. And like I say, I'm not a fan of Miller for obvious reasons what's happened, but if he knuckles down and keeps doing what he's doing...
Yeah, that was... Then you can see what he was about before.
Fair play
why
to him.
People were giving him the thing. Yeah, it's a...
I don't think he's a one-punch knockout merchant, no. I think he grinds...
I don't think either him or Ruiz are.
Grinds people down. But they were saying, Ruiz is really good at clipping you on that little part of the head there.
Yeah, I think Ruiz is the better boxer. It's just like you said, it was disappointing from his conditioning and from obviously if he's got the injury. I didn't know that, you told me that, so then it slows down because but if you look at the punch output, like Miller is like his attempted punches 18, 28, 42, 41, 41, 41, 42, 40, 48, 63, 53, 57 for the size of him. And he's got better. That's the 63, 53, 57 is around 10, 11, 12. So we said he started slowly and he missed a lot of shots. And then Ruiz was, on his game in the first 3 rounds. But then he started catching them, 15 out of 41 in round 4. The same in round 5, 16 in round 6. Ruiz is quite a good boxer, but it's got bigger and bigger. But like the amount of punches and his... for the guy, his lump size is... Because I bet against Dubois was nowhere like that. If it was 20 punches around, I'd be...
No, he wasn't throwing a lot of punches against... He was walking forward a lot, but he wasn't throwing a lot of punches.
Whereas here, he was going forward with intent.
So I think, get a rematch. I think the rematch would be really good. I think if Ruiz takes it really seriously and gets in shape, I think Miller will stay in shape now, but I think a rematch would be... Really,
I think Miller gets better than that.
Yeah,
I think.
So that, and
I'd want to watch it.
And I don't think Miller. If they both got in shape, I still don't think Miller's the clear favourite in a rematch.
I think Ruiz, if he's really there, is a really good boxer. But he needs to. But out of that, you would expect on current evidence, I would accept Miller to get better. I'm not sure Andy Ruiz will get that much better unless he gets into shape. And then you would think Miller's going to win by a clearer amount.
Yeah.
But I hope that, and as we've said, Andy Ruiz gets over the injury, gets in proper shape. Then that's a really, really good fight.
Yeah. We like
and good
Andy
boxing.
Ruiz.
Yeah, we like Andy Ruiz. So
he's a cool dude. Didn't like him when he beat Joshua, but
yeah, that was a bit.
but no, I do, and I just
Yeah, I hope both of them do. And I think there's
they've
opportunities for both of
yeah,
them.
there's huge opportunities, absolutely huge. So get the rematch on and enjoy it again.
Yeah. Good. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to see it again and what you think of them. And then the next one, Mr. David Morrell Jr. Again, the Radivoje Kalajdzic. I think that's how you say it. Or Radivoje Kalajdzic, something like that. Yeah, Morrell, unanimous decision. Any issues with that one?
Nah, not really.
I think Kalajdzic was made it a contest.
Made it a contest, yeah.
He started slowly as well, though. Because you thought at the beginning Morrell's just going to wipe the floor with him here in the first few rounds. I thought, oh, this is a bit of a, but we'd said Kalajdzic is good, and then you see him get into it, and yeah, he's a tough guy. He took a bit, because they looked like a bit like he was going to get taken out, and Morrell was, loading up his punches, shall we say. And then I think they realised they're just going to be punch one, and, we need to take it out. We're not going to get him out of here. We need to go for the point. So, and towards the end of the fight, I'd say it was closer. I think the first half was clearly, the first 4 or 5 rounds were clearly Morrell's. But then it was a far more even fight in the last sort of 6 or 7 rounds. I think the wins really because Morrell's clocked up those first at least 4 rounds or 5 rounds to him. The others that you can point them anyway because they're pretty close. Even on CompuBox, they're pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's only the 8th that is clearly Morrell's, and then the 8th was where he rallied, isn't it, a bit and got. I think he caught him with a good punch and rocked him a bit, and then. But yeah, and then the others you could easily give to Kalajdzic.
Does he cause anyone any trouble at super middleweight, light heavyweight?
Well, what was this at? This was...
Oh, God. Light heavyweight.
Yeah. The problem there is you've got the two guys...
It was for the WBA regular title, wasn't it, I think? Again, the problem with your light heavyweights is you've got the 2 main boys and you won't dethrone them anytime soon.
It was a good performance from Morrell, but he's really a super middleweight, isn't he, going up? Was he
Maybe
lightweight?
like a fight against Benavidez next.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're suggesting, isn't it, for him? Would be a good matchup. I think that would be, because both of them are stepping up to that weight. Do you see him going against Bivol or Beterbiev? It's hard to see anybody go past them two. But Morrell has got a lot of good skill, and Kalajdzic is a tough nut, and he gave him a good fight. It was close on punches. You have got to give the fact that Morrell did load up a load of punches, so his power punches he's clearly ahead on. I think what was it like? It's 36 more power punches than Kalajdzic. Kalajdzic box though, his jab and stuff was good, and keeping him at a distance in a way. And then, like I said, towards the latter rounds, it's a much closer fight.
But he's only had...
The judges scored it quite wide, which it isn't.
No, I didn't have it as wide as that. But it's only Morrell's 11th, 12th fight.
Yeah.
So he's still a little...
bit. You could see him make him... There was bits where he got caught by silly things.
It's them Cubans, though, in it.
But he's a good boxer.
Maybe not Benavidez next.
That'd be a good contest, but I think you probably need to take one and then do Benavidez. But I think because he's got his name, they pushed him up faster. His skill level was quite high. His angles and his punching and he loaded up punches was quite good. I was impressed. And the flashier stuff was from him than Kalajdzic. Kalajdzic was just tough and got into it. And then he's got quick hands as well. He's got a solid chin. He did some good movement. He's got a good defense. So it was more even contest. If you hadn't seen the first 4 rounds or so and then you looked at it, then you'd be like, yeah, this is even. You add them in and then it's clearly in Morrell's favour. But I think the others you could easily split half and half. So it's more like an 8-4 or a 7-3.
Yeah, I think I had
7-5,
Morrell again. I think I did have him by
I think I did my 4 rounds.
4 rounds, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think I had an 8-4.
I think he's one to watch out for, definitely.
No, I was impressed. I think
he's
good.
got a...
I think you got to give, like, Kalajdzic is quite a good boxer. So I think Morrell stepping up and doing it. And it was, he was clearly the victor. Not by 118, whatever it was. That's a bit ridiculous. 118, 110.
No,
and then 117, 111. No, it wasn't that good. A victory. 116, 112, yeah. I can see 115, 116, 112 is about right. And, yeah.
Yeah,
I want
like
to see
you
them
say,
again.
it'd be interesting to see what happens next for him.
I think all of them are going to wait for one of the other contests to be decided. And then there's a chance when the belts break up who you pick up and who you're doing. Or,
yeah, but in the meantime, start...
Yeah, but Benavides would be a good match. Yeah. Except I think it might be a bit too soon for Morrell. Maybe have one or two of the fights. Because you've got all the English lightweights, light heavyweights. You should go after them. That'd be a good fight.
Anthony Yard would be a good one for him.
Yeah.
Be a good one for Anthony Yard as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a good measure of where yardstick of...
Yeah.
Is that a put? Yardstick of where we are.
Oh, my.
Where you are. I had to put that in.
Shocking.
We'll edit that out.
I agree with that. Yeah, it wasn't too bad for a little undercard fight, though, was it?
Oh, it was enjoyable, isn't it? It was. Well, I watched a bit of this on live, didn't I? And then and then I realised the time because I calculated how many of the fights were left.
What happened was, you fell asleep,
yeah,
let's
exactly.
be honest.
But not during the fight, afterwards. I realised how many there were and thought, this is too much. Right? And then one of our fave guys, Mr. Pitbull, Cruz, and Jose Valenzuela.
One of your favourite guys.
Yeah.
No, I do like Pitbull. But
well, we might have a new favourite guy as another one to add to our list.
Now, this was
really good.
Although Eddie Hearn picked Venezuela to beat him and said it's going to be a shock here. And...
Well, a few people did say Valenzuela is a really
but if you watch the
but I think they thought he wouldn't be able to put up with Pitbull's power. That would seem to be the general thing.
Obviously, the week's build up. Obviously, we did the.
Oh, quick thing: we both had Morrell to win, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think by points as well.
I think it was by points. Oh no. 7th round KO.
Okay, was that you?
I'm going to say it was definitely you. I've got notes literally everywhere. We need to get a better system in.
Well, we'll have it on our
whiteboard.
Yeah, we'll have it on our video anyway. We can
whiteboard.
Check. We'll put it in. What we've given us our predictions will be completely different. Anyway, well, both had. I think we both had Pitbull for this, didn't we, to win?
Pitbull on points. Although obviously we did the preview show a few weeks before the fight. Yeah. The week of the fight. And they changed my mind, you know. Mm-hmm. Just looking at how Venezuela was, he looked so confident and calm, and he had a look about him like, you've got this guy's number, haven't you? Yeah. And God, but even at the weigh-in, I was like, I think this young kid's gonna do something.
Well, the
special
game plan
here.
was a masterclass. The perfect one.
This
for fighting
is
that fight,
how a taller boxer with a longer reach should fight at range against someone like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic footwork, good combinations, good jab, not staying in the pocket too much, not gotten him. Now and then he did. Didn't let the ring get cut off that much either.
His movement is really good, and getting out of court. I mean, there's a little bit when he got caught, but he was rolling the punches, shoulder rolling them and rolling them, and then he'd get out of them and then land the punches. It was because there's the people who run away, isn't it? But they don't throw any punches. He didn't do that. His movement was good, but he threw the punches as well, and good combinations. Some of them combinations was just
a few people
nice.
are saying Cruz won the fight. What do you think to that?
Don't think they watched this fight. They must have watched one of his other fights.
Okay.
I think it was close, and Valenzuela did near the end. He gave him a bit of the flashier punches. And Cruz is we like. Well, at least I do like Cruz. He's used to fighting taller, but we've given him like Kudos before. He's good at getting into range and then hits you, and he loads the shots so they look like, I think people point them a bit higher. And I think near the end of rounds, I think Valenzuela knew had it. He was moving a bit, but he wasn't throwing as many. And then Cruz, it looked like Cruz was getting there. But if you actually look at the stats, Valenzuela still had to out-punched him on most of those rounds.
Is Cruz just that one-dimensional boxer that only knows the one way to fight?
I think this was more how good Valenzuela is.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't think Cruz was bad. I mean, I think it was quite close. But like I would have said, I think I had the scorecard. I had it about 2 or 3 rounds for Valenzuela. Let's see what I said.
See, I had it.
I didn't have it really wide. I had it quite close. Because, like I said, Cruz had put in those like I haven't written it on here. I wrote it on bloody paper because I had the iPad.
Do you know what? I think I might get a little bit of stick here, but again, scoring is subjective, so everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I have Venezuela by 5 rounds when I looked at my scorecard.
Yeah,
I had him by 5 rounds.
You're not that far off. What would be if the clear rounds where he's outpunched Cruz?
Yeah, I just thought
you are on about 5 rounds ahead.
Yeah, I just had him. His jab was just beautiful.
How
His
many
little
5
1-2s
plus 7, isn't it? So you're looking at about 3. Yeah, you could easily do like 8-4 or 9-5, 9-3. Which is about 6 rounds ahead.
Venezuela he just really impressed me. I thought the game plan they come up with was fantastic.
Well, you can tell what type of fight they're for. If you look at the jabs, Cruz doesn't really jab that much, but he's got like 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 1. That's how many he's landed. And Valenzuela's then he goes 1 2 5 5 4 1 4 2 2 3.
But is that a problem?
And then he's also got power punches on the end of them, and he's out power punched them. Which is
that? I think, yeah, Cruz is a smaller fighter, but I think everything should come off a jab.
Yeah. No, he's tried. He's like tried, and then
but
I
when
think
he's only throwing
9 or 10 around, he's not. Valenzuela's defense, isn't it, and the distance you've got to cover. I mean, to be fair, like if you do the second round, Cruz has thrown 10 and landed 0. Valenzuela's thrown 10 but landed 2, because even Cruz's movement and he has that in is good. So the percentages don't look great if they landed. And if you think Valenzuela's a good boxer,
I wish Pitbull,
and even Pitbull is normally more accurate than that.
You know what? I wish there was a Pitbull and Nick Ball were the same weight, because that'd be a hell of a fight. Imagine them two together. Jesus Christ. Might as well just the ring would only have to be about that big.
Yeah, you don't need the full size ring.
Just stand in the middle and just
go at each other. No, I don't think it's anything against Cruz. I think Valenzuela just had his number. They've worked the game plan to fight. Like you said, it's how you fight that sort of type of fighter.
Absolutely fantastic.
The fighter who comes forward and you've got the height and reach advantage, and that's what Valenzuela did.
Yeah.
But he still, he hit them with good punches. Like his power punches are the ones that are higher.
I don't think he hurt Cruz at all.
No. But to be fair, I don't think Valenzuela got that hurt either, because he rolled with them. His defense is good, but he did get caught. Cruz caught him with some good.
Yeah.
We know he hits hard.
Cruz,
but he took it quite well as well.
Cruz will definitely come back because he's got a big name.
No, I don't think there's any shame in losing that. He was just against the better boxer. Yeah. It wasn't in fight terms as equal, but in boxing terms, Valenzuela.
And I like Valenzuela. He's done that for his mum.
I did have that moment where I think they're going to cheat him out of a win. And I was quite happy that he won, even though I like Cruz. It was like he deserves to win.
Because it was, for me, it was that clear that Venezuela won. I didn't think they could cheat him.
Yeah. I think it was too hard to do.
But, listening to some of the commentators and Cruz's corner and their reaction saying, it's a robbery and
that's
stuff.
what got me. Like, I was thinking...
I don't think it was a robbery, sorry.
Well, it's a split decision, and I don't really see how it's that.
Didn't one of the judges give it to Cruz as well?
115, 113.
Yeah, I remember when he said that, and I was like... Have I been watching the right fight?
Yeah. And
Have I fell
116,
asleep?
112, it should have been 3 of them, basically. Maybe 117, 11, but 116, 112, I think is...
Yeah,
I think what I had.
I think I had 117, 111, if I remember right.
Well, if you look at the punch-out, but I think it's like I said, Cruz will do that little bit
The thing
where
is,
he catches them and
it's not
you
just
sort
that.
of register it in
it's
your head.
because Cruz is on the front foot chasing him.
Exactly.
It looks more, doesn't it?
It looks like it's more.
And, some of these... I mean, I am one of them as well, is I do like a forward fighter. And I will...
Well, normally, that's why we like Cruz, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why we're fans of his, because
I just think Venezuela game plan was just
epic. It's fantastic.
perfect.
It was a brilliant game plan, and he executed it perfectly. Like I said, near the end, I was a little bit concerned because he let it go a bit, but I think by then they'd realised I've done enough here.
Yeah.
And he was just avoiding, not doing anything stupid.
Not just that, I think mentally...
And obviously Cruz, they were pushing for it a bit.
Yeah, and mentally Venezuela's had to stick to a game plan, and it is hard. But he's done it.
Yeah, you're against the
He's
really
done
good
it perfect.
fighter, isn't it?
Where does he go next?
Somewhere good. I think both of them do, but I think Cruz is still there, and Valenzuela needs to have,
He could have a huge fight next, Venezuela. Could have even the rematch be big, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
because he can do basically the same game plan.
I'm not a huge
and Cruz
fan.
would have to adjust to do it.
Yeah, some rematches I really enjoy, and I think they should happen again. I think Venezuela should move on and.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight different people, because the thing is, this is probably going to be similar, because Valenzuela is going to stick to the same plan. Cruz would have to adjust, but I'm not sure how much you can, because Valenzuela's got the movement, got the things.
Yeah,
you'd have to catch him and do it, because I don't think Cruz outboxes Valenzuela. He's too good.
No,
his movement and everything's too good. Yeah, in a fight, if they stood and traded, then you could see Cruz pulling it out. But I think you're just gonna, if you're in that and you're his coach and things, you're just gonna execute the same game plan, aren't you? So why would you change and just fix some of the mistakes you make? Because you got caught a few times, you can just fix them, and then it's Cruz who'd have to up his game plan and
definitely
change the way you do stuff in it. And then I think there's too much of a gap there to do it. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, because now both of them got a name, and obviously his corner, and the few people watching were giving it to Cruz. But and like I said, we're fans of his, so I'd love to. But I think by the time the end, I was just like, yeah, Valenzuela should win this. He's won this.
Yeah, definitely, and deservedly so. In my
I think we were both wrong on this one, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we both had
Cruz to win.
Cruz to win by, I think we'd both. I think we picked Cruz for points.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Cool.
But
it was a
good
really
card.
good undercard in it. Like you said, I think all of them were more even. All right, obviously you enjoyed the main fight because of who it is, but I think in actual terms of either fighting or boxing, I think they would actually.
Obviously, it's nearly a week on now, and comments I've heard. We'll just briefly go over them. Are a lot of people saying, "Oh, there's too many fights on the card."
They're just not boxing fans.
Again, I think what.
It does become hard to watch it. Obviously, when we're recording, obviously I had the time, because you can't watch them all and give them the credit they do deserve. And because they're all good fights, you want to give them the time to do it.
The Saudis...
But people like you don't sleep, it's fine.
But I think what the Saudis are trying to do is they're trying to make it like a boxing festival.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. It's a boxing festival.
Well, the thing I think is, if you're watching it as... But if you're doing a pay-per-view... And this was, I think, it's like £24 or $23.99 or something. Yeah, you want to have that many fights?
Yeah.
Because now I don't feel like shortchanged.
Yeah, but again, if there had only been a couple of fights on there, we'd be moaning, oh, how dare you pay 24.
Well, we'll say you got 5 rounds of one Bakole and thingy, and then you got one of the others all went to the good distance. You get your money's worth. But if it was just that and the Crawford man, I'd be like, you're a bit disappointed. And if you paid tickets to go there, which won't be cheap, if you look at some of these events...
Apparently they were really expensive.
Yeah. You want to have that many fights.
So the next Riyadh season is in...
September.
London. You looking forward to that?
Mm-hmm.
Have they announced the full card for that?
I don't know the full card, but I think the fights are out. It's all British one, isn't it?
Is it all British?
Yep. I think.
London,
you're right.
Riyadh season.
Obviously, Joshua and Dewa is the main main fight. And I think they just put on a load of sort of contests from British fighters, which is interesting. But we do have a lot of fighters, so you can see. Oh, why should we load it up and see where we are?
Yeah. Because obviously then after that one, it's Bivol,
it's
Better Biev, isn't it?
Kakache and Warrington.
Oh, yes, sorry,
Super
yes.
featherweight.
And then you've
Watsy and
got...
Hutchison, Smith and Kelly,
Yeah,
Denny and Shiraz, and Chamberlain and Padley.
beautiful.
Padley, yeah.
Beautiful.
The only one I don't know who that is. But the others we know, they're all... So, yeah, it's a super featherweight, light heavyweight, middleweight,
Yeah.
and a lightweight.
And then
So
obviously...
quite a lot of good contests.
Better Biev, Bivol in October,
October.
which the undercard hasn't been announced.
No.
Usyk Fury in December.
And they still work. I think that's... I think he said, isn't it? They're going to see what happens in the Riyadh season in London. Obviously, the results of this one. And then they're going to make the card for that.
I want another heavyweight one. Remember the first one?
Oh, there'll be a few for heavyweight fights in it. I think there'll be a mix because they've got some of the other fighters now, but I think it'll be a fair mix of... we've just mentioned them in like the beginning, isn't it? How many heavyweights there are. You can make just a card of them, innit? But
no,
there's enough interesting matchups there and styles to match up.
I thought this Saudi event was a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next one.
Well, it's like you said, I understand the comment about the fights, but like if you're paying for what they cost to go there, and then it's better to have fights of fighters you know than... All right, you should give the others... There's more fighters than that on the whole undercard because they have all the up-and-coming people and stuff. But at least of the main event, you don't feel shortchanged. There was some 2 upsets. There's some really good fights. All the fights were good in their own way.
And Eminem was there.
And Eminem was, that's the best bit of all. Apart from Martin Bakole. Yeah.
Wow.
They really put on an event.
Yeah.
It makes, and I think all of them have been good up to now.
It was a proper showcase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To show this is what we can do.
All you got to look at is all the stars who are there, all the boxing stars that are there to watch it, isn't it?
It wasn't just the boxing stars, it was all kinds
all
of
the stars anyway, isn't it?
there.
But yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's quite big, BMO Stadium. But you can see, like, obviously the beginning, because it was during the day and it's hot.
27,000 or something, I think.
Yeah, once there was about 2-3 fights left, it was full, isn't it?
Yeah, they sold out, I think, a couple of days before. But yeah, interest. I like that. I did like it.
It's hard to justify, but I think it's more value for money when you're paying that much to get that many fights. Because we've had ones where you're paying, $19.99 and you get one fight. Like in the undercard, just meh. And you're thinking,
rubbish.
Yeah. So, I think that's, from that point of view, it's good value. And I don't know how much it costs to go there, but I'm presuming that's...
Well, you didn't take me, so we'll never know.
I wouldn't say never. We might be working on something for September.
Well, you better
see.
My 40th, and I deserve something
you
special.
do deserve something. But yeah, we will see. We are going to go to one at some point or other. It's a secret one. So
no, I think that's the plan, isn't it? We're going to do one, and we're going to do some live watch-alongs.
Let us know if that's something you want to see.
Yeah.
And what you think of our comments, and what do you think of all the fighters? What do you think of Cruz and Valenzuela? In their opinion, Bakole and Anderson now. What do you think? Where does Anderson go? What do you think? Who do you see for Bakole fighting? Andy Ruiz, do you think it was just a hand? Do you think he should get into better condition? What do you think of what we've said? Jarrell Miller, where do you think he goes? The rematch, do you think it's good? Who else did we miss? And Morrell would be interesting. Is he going to stay at light heavyweight, or is he
going to go back down to super?
I think he performed well enough and he had enough power there to make it interesting. Obviously, Kalajdzic is a tough nut, and he didn't have that one punch power to get him out of there, but he did hurt him a bit.
Yeah, we shall see.
Kalajdzic touch, and then who does he go next to in that division? Would you like to see Benavides or some of the British? Like a measure of the yardstick?
Can't believe you've done that again.
Okay, thank you very much for watching.
Thanks a lot.
Like, subscribe, comment, and all the usual goodness, and we'll see you.
And leave me some negative comments as usual, so I can argue back with you.
And we will see you in the next one. Thank you.